Let me tell you about the case of the man with the mismatched shoelaces. This was many years ago when I first came into his employ. He was contracted to find a man. I'm afraid I can't give much in the way of detail, but believe me when I say that if this man had not been located, our country's good diplomacy with a certain economic superpower might have a distinctly different face today. Federal, state, local authorities all over the world were searching around the clock for a face whose significance they couldn't fathom. He had vanished without a trace. On the 8th morning of the search, I was contacted by a non-political third party with an unrelated private agenda. Prior to this day, my employer had never heard of this missing man, knew nothing about him. After just 1 hour of desk work, just an hour after accepting the case, he picked up the telephone and placed a call. Guess who answered the phone?
The missing man.
The man with the mismatched shoelaces. Without ever leaving the house.
I'm telling you, he never even leaves the house, okay? I mean, he's like some kind of recluse. Complete freak. No social life. In fact, no social skills. It's a strange fucking thing. When he's working, smoothest operator you've ever seen. Brave, slick, cunning, do anything. As soon as he gets off work, it's all gone. Afraid to go to the dry cleaners. Literally. Too uncomfortable in his own skin to go out and eat. Tactless. And inept. Rude, too. Just an asshole.
You could meet him 5 times without ever realizing it's the same person. He can tell you where you were born, how old your mother was at the time, and what you had for breakfast, all within 30 seconds of meeting you. He can elicit a confession from a criminal without their realizing they're being questioned.
How does he do it?
He has a deeply nuanced and thoroughly functional understanding of human behavior to rival the great psychoanalytical minds of our time. He understands the criminal mind as well as the innocent mind, the stable mind as well as the psychotic, sociopathic mind, the male as well as the female.
I don't think he's ever kissed a girl. He's like 30-something years old.
What does he do when he's not working? What does he just sit around the house?
When private investigation won its most worthy champion, academia and the arts suffered a loss, a great loss. In addition to his many scholarly gifts, he's also a terrifically talented musician.
He writes songs. He's terrible. His metaphors are thin, his imagery is cliched, and his thematic material is trite and heavy-handed.
Why do you do it?
I left the firm, didn't know what I was gonna do, and I get this message on my machine. He watched me argue a case in court. Said I was the only person for the job. I mean, I don't know, the guy's nuts, okay?
What's his name?
The mysterious and brilliant Daryl Zero. Certainly does take himself seriously, doesn't he?